Two for 90, 211 coming at you with another video. This video is going to be regarding the $32 deck that I created. Obviously, we all know that the market value for it, as I had already explained, is somewhere around the $60 to $65 range because I buy everything when it's cheap. Also, if you follow my channel, I warn people when things are officially uh, um, noted or they're in stone. The reason why, because I don't want to go 6 to 8 months prior and then there's changes from Konami. So I usually do 1 to 2 months before a product comes out because I know that's in stone and it doesn't change. So what's really going on is I buy the cards and I resell them for 4 times the value, and they sell because people want cards. But if in my channel, like I said, I do a lot of things. One of the things is I help people who don't know Dark Magician. I teach them, and also I teach budget decks, which means you can beat the $1,000 Dark Magician deck with ease with $200-300, or you can beat the $200-300 Dark Magician deck with $100. Always 50% off or less, and you can get the job done. One of my 500 cheap dollar decks is able to destroy the YCS champion. I have proof on my videos. No other channel has that. All of this has been going on since 2019. So this is the $32, which, like I said, everybody knows that it's actually $65 deck. Now, luckily, because of the market watch, you already noticed there's reprints of the cards. So this deck will be somewhere around $80 because some of the cards are gonna go down in value. And why did it go up by $10-15? Because now you're gonna be able to enter Soul Servants for about $8 a copy, and the Dark Magician. So I already did. I only entered the Dark Magician's Fusion because it's gonna be somewhere around $20, $25. But the Soul Servants, I didn't enter them, but I have them. So I'm gonna show you right now. The thing is, I have them for sale on 3 of my websites. I have 4 playsets and I'm selling them all. I sold 2 and I still have a few left. So here they are, but I'm not gonna enter them into the deck because it will be unfair to what's it called? It will be unfair to my opponent. So this is the first hand with the budget. So this is what you're gonna be doing. You draw 5. You're gonna be setting this card face down, and this is the engine. You're gonna have an option to defend the second time with the second apprentice, or you're gonna have the ability to draw, get a card that says draw, or if it's too much of a problem master, you can switch to Old Vindictive Magician and blow up one monster if it's a problem for you. I don't suggest playing swords because that'll protect it and then they're not gonna get rid of it. So what you want to play face down instead is Summon Limit. And then these cards can stay in your hand. So you set it face down, and let's say, for example, they summon one monster like a normal. You would trigger, and they're only able to summon 2 more times. So then they get special summon. So then they could set like 2 cards, for example. So they hit it and quit it. So they hit it, and then from there you draw the second one. Then they hit that one, and then now that's up to what you want to do. You can either get that to destroy the special summon because it's too strong, and just for the benefit of the doubt, let's say the second monster is too strong, like 3,000 or whatever. So, okay, so now that we shuffle the deck, and then we draw uh, one card, for example. So then this is what's in your hand. You have Monster Reborn. So then what you would do is, it's your turn, you draw Monster Reborn, right? And then what you do is you flip, destroy his strongest monster. You play Monster Reborn. And then from the Monster Reborn, you would attack with the Monster Reborn monster, which is somewhere around 3,000. You would kill this monster, and then you would play Swords of Revealing Night to protect yourself. And then that's gonna end the turn. You end your turn. And you have this in your hand because you drew. You basically have two more turns. So this one gets switched to defense. And then this one you set it face down. You attack again. That's gonna be pretty much game right there. If he's not able to out the back row, that's game. So then he ends his turn. You draw Magician's Salvation. So what you do is you trigger it first, activate, then you set Eternal Soul face down. Let's say it's face down. Then since you drew from the deck, you shuffle the deck. After you shuffle it, because you have one more turn of the swords, you flip, and then you look at the two top cards, which are these, and then you select one to your hand, the other one gets shuffled. So you get the Dark Magician, then you shuffle the deck, and then you have Magical Dimension. You can special summon it already, but what I would do, in my opinion, I would link these two because you only have one more turn for the swords. And I would bring out the Crawley, and then from the Crawley, I would go into the Spellbook engine to draw two more cards from the deck. So they're gonna trigger Ash Blossom or anything, Effect Veiler, to stop it. So then you would play Called by the Grave at that point to remove it, and then you're able to search for one of the Spellbook. And let's just say that you drew that one, because if you draw the other ones, it's going to be way too many plays. You're going to be able to normal, activate, secrets, and knowledge. So we're going to choose the worst card that you could have chose, Spellbook knowledge, for example. So then you draw it to your hand. This is what's in your hand. And then obviously the Eternal's still not active because it's set face down. But you can't special summon more than twice per turn because of the summon limit, right? So all you did was do one. You did one. So then you activate, and then you draw 1, 2, and then that's gonna be game for you because you're gonna play circle. You're gonna draw 1, 2, 3, and select one of them. And I will play upstart, and then follow with Dark Magic Circle. And then obviously you get Dark Magic Circle to your hand, so you play upstart. And this is pretty much game because when you end your turn, it's gonna be gone. Your field is established, and Dark Mist is in your hand. You're gonna be banishing. That's gonna be a wrap for him. That's gonna be a wrap for him. So obviously, this deck has a terraforming, Mystic Mine, and you can play the village. I have the village, but the problem is as soon as I put the village in, the deck's broken. Like, your opponent can't beat you. Your opponent would have to have like $150 to $200 deck just to stand a chance, and I doubt that he would, because This is what's in our extra deck. And I'll show you an example, like in case um, you would think that it'd be lying. Yeah, so the thing is, you can link from here, and you're gonna be banishing, removing, and he only has summon limit. So if he doesn't have back row removal, that's a wrap for him. And if he happens to have back row, a back row, right? You just activate Eternal. You're gonna shuffle your deck at the same time, and guess what card you're getting? Dark Magic Attack. His back row is gonna go bye bye. As soon as he sets it, just hit it. You can even hit it with a circle. There's pretty much nothing he could do. If he doesn't have back row removal, it's game. And this isn't like a freak accident setup. This is gonna happen every time. And this hand that we drew was a slow one, to be honest with you, but it was broken for a few dollar deck. So we're gonna do a second hand. We're gonna do the second hand. So we're gonna shuffle the deck. And we're gonna go ahead and do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the cards. So I'm gonna tell you what to do from here. So let's make it tough for us, because you're playing around a $65 deck or less. So I don't know any deck that's that cheap and that powerful. Because I mean, even Blue Eyes White Dragons, even the commons are expensive. They're like $4 or $5 a card. So I don't know what could compete against you. But yeah, and then the fact that I paid $32 for this deck, nothing that I know that exists can compete with it. I mean, can you make a $32 deck? You know, I can show you the receipt for my cards. So it's all bad for your opponent. So let's say he has 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons, for example, or here, let me see if I could use some big monsters. Let's say he has one of those. Oh, so let's say, for example, we drew these hand, right? I would prefer 2 Blue Eyes White Dragon, because it's more likely what they're gonna be dueling you with. But let's see if we can tackle the 3. So the way you would do it, so you already know you're gonna be protected from all these attacks your first turn, and then you're gonna be drawing 2 cards, and then to top that off, you're gonna get rid of one of them. That's 100% sure. So we're gonna do the test. So you're gonna start off by playing Book of Secret Arts. So you're gonna draw we're looking for it. Oh, there it is. Then we're gonna shuffle the deck. Quintet can't be destroyed, right, by card effects. So in reality, you're just gonna be dealing with probably 2 Blue Eyes White Dragon, because people won't be able to afford the Quintet. And then any other spellcaster deck will be too expensive. I get these decks cheap because I'm smart. I get everything when it's low price. Then I just resell for 2 or 3 times the price. Obviously, to the YouTubers or people that I know, I give them a 50% discount, you know. Alright, so Here's the deck. So then we draw that to our hand, and then when you draw it to your hand, you play top tier style. Activate from your hand. Um, Magician's Prophecy, and then that'll let you draw 1, 2, broken hand. So you drew Mystic. So look, you play Mystic. He's locked, and then after that, what you're gonna want to do. So that's pretty much a wrap. You've locked him. If he can't break out, he's gonna be surrendering. So then you play Magician Circle just to see what's on the top. You're gonna be drawing 1, 2, 3. It's game. You're gonna win right now. So look, you drew and you drew Eternal Soul. So what you want to stack is Rod on the top, and you get Eternal Soul. So you set Eternal Soul face down, and then you're gonna end up setting this card face down. Then he's locked, so he's gonna draw, and he's like, oh crud, I'm locked. So then the first move that you do, you would wait for him, and he's not gonna do anything. So during his end phase, he says, I end my turn, and it's your turn. What you do is you chain Eternal, activate, banish Quintet. You banish Quintet, you get rid of him with the Dark Magician, and because he ends his turn, the Mystic is broken. And then when it breaks, you draw Rod. You start off by playing Dark Magic Attack to clear up his whole back, what's it called? His whole back row. Then from there, you would play Rod. So then you play Rod, and if he plays a Fake Veiler or Ash Blossom, I know I'm acting like the decks are too powerful. It doesn't matter. Call by the Grave, remove it. So from there, you're gonna have to go into Secrets, Dark Magic. And then from there, we shuffled the deck already. You get it. And then you're gonna have to we haven't used the Eternal Soul during our turn, remember? So you're gonna have to link. Gonna bring Whelp the Protector, and then after that activate Eternal, because remember you brought him out during your opponent's end phase. Special with Eternal, banish the other one, and then after that you're gonna chain. When you chain, you're gonna bring Dragon Knight. Then from Dragon Knight you're gonna attack and cancel, and then you're gonna flip this face up. It doesn't give the counter to anything. So then during your turn, you end your turn. That's pretty much a wrap. During his turn, you're gonna special him, and then you're gonna trigger the effect of Rod in the graveyard to get rid of Apprentice and get him to your hand. So then when you draw again, broken again, and then you can banish again and set this. If anything were to go around, like they say they pop these, they can't because of him. It's over. The duel is won. So I showed you the examples. This is, like I said, in reality, it's $32 deck, and you saw how broken it is. So you're probably gonna end up paying $60 to $65 for it. But I mean, for the price, it's a very broken deck. You saw what it could do, and I didn't take it lightly because a lot of people, what they do when they play test hands, they lie to you. And if you pay attention, 100% of the people never go through hand traps. Like they'll be like Sam and all the people that exist that I know, even all the famous channels, they always do this. Like they'll draw a hand. Oops. Remember, he's not from it. He doesn't belong to it. They draw this. He's not from there also. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they draw 5. So they'll do this. They'll be like, oh, I can play my cards without any negations, and they just play their whole hand. You might be thinking like, this is a brick. It's not. Look, you set this card face down. Secrets. You dump 2, and then remember how the deck is budget now next month. So Dark Magicians onto the field, the Dark Mission in your hand. So you're gonna be drawing something when he plays, and then this one's defense. You could pop or draw more. So when he plays a spell, this is the card you draw. And then even if he attacks only this, you can do the engine for it and do deeper into the deck. And the next turn when you draw, you're gonna draw this. You're gonna need one more spell to trigger it. So you can probably set this face down. Oh, and then from this, you would have drawn something else from your deck, remember? Because they got hit. So, no, but what they do is they don't take any negations. And if you saw when I did it, I took a lot of negations and I was using my cards. And then I destroyed my back row and I did everything I could to make my deck lose, and it still won. Even with those monsters, I set it up for you to lose and it didn't matter, you still won. So there you go, Dark Magic Attack. Can't beat it for $32.